Hi everyone. Yeah, welcome to another YouTube episode with me. So, based on the YouTube Studio Analytics, I've gotten to discover that most of my viewers age range from 25 to 34. So, in this video, we are going to be looking at, you know, yeah, we are going to be looking at life after school, basically. Life after graduating from school. What business should we go into? And what type of business, if we are going into any business, what type of business should we go into, basically? And I know many people might find themselves in this situation. Yeah, I know many people might find themselves in this situation because number one, we go to school not to learn about business. Number two, most of the time when we are in school, we don't usually run business in school. We don't usually have a business that we are, using to manage ourselves. We depend on our parents. So many of us, or should I say, many people, many youths don't have an idea of what business is all about or starting a business. So I'm going to be giving us, guide. Yeah, I'm going to be giving us guide. So if you're very confused, if you look confused, you don't even know, okay, how you should go after school. And in the long run, you have never wanted to work underneath someone or do a 9 to 5. This video is a perfect guide that will guide you on that business path, on how you would go about, starting a lucrative business. And this does not apply to Nigeria, is not restricted to the UK, is not restricted to any part of the world. It's all encompassing. It applies to anywhere you're watching me, yes, in the world. Yep. So now, most of the time when people are done with school and they approach me, telling me that they want to start a business, I usually ask them, what were you doing when you were in school? Yeah. In as much as we are in school to learn, we are not in school to learn only about the courses we are doing. We are not in school to learn, you know, about education alone. We are in school to socialize. We are in school to learn basically everything you everything necessary for us to learn. Yeah. In fact, if you're somebody that is thinking of going into starting a business, I usually suggest that you should start early. And when I mean early, I mean extremely early. Now, for example, if you're thinking of, okay, I want to be a businessman by the time I'm done in the university, I expect you to have started your first business either before entering the university or immediately after you entered the university. I expect you to have ventured into a business. But if you know, okay, you weren't able to do that because you had to concentrate on school activities, you had to make sure you came out with a very good grade, you had to make sure your parents were proud. It's understandable. It's absolutely understandable. Yeah, it's absolutely understandable. But what we now have to look at is, now that you're done in school, now that you're done with school, what should you do? How should you go about it? Especially now that most students that are done with school are struggling to get jobs. And if you are not struggling to get job, you are struggling to get a good job. that will fend for your bills. All right. So the first step, if you're really looking at starting a business right after school, is for you to look at what you're passionate about. Yeah. I usually tell, when somebody is passionate about something, by the time I see the kind of business they are into, if you see someone that is into, for example, consulting business, you will know that this person is knowledgeable and is passionate about impacting people with knowledge. If you see someone that says, okay, I want to start a restaurant, you know that this person also likes cooking or likes whatever falls under hospitality business. So your you have to look at your skills, your talent, what you like doing, what you know that if they wake you up from the sleep and they say, Bidemi, Peter, John, Bola Tito, what can you do for us? And we know we won't pay you. Yes, that will be good for you. Now, if you're saying that, okay, because I love washing, for example, because of that, I need to start a laundry business, then that simply means that you're getting it all wrong because it doesn't end there. Now, after you've gotten after you've gotten what you know you like, what you know you can render for free, what you know you can do at the lowest prices or lowest charges. Now we now look at how that business falls under lucrative businesses. Mhm. And don't forget also, you know, the business you're not going into it for charity sakes. Yeah, we know that the business does not demand much hustle because you're starting. And besides, it's about your talent. So we know the business does not demand much, but it doesn't mean we should just take it with childish play. So we have to look at how that business falls under lucrative business, and we have to see if the business will be lucrative. If it is going to be lucrative, what are the things that need to be done for it to be lucrative? All these are what you need to look at, and we are going into it. So the step two you need to do is to picture how that business will fall into a lucrative business. Yep. So I'm going to give you an example. So let's say you're somebody that loves cooking. You could start a snacks business. If you're somebody that loves drawing, you could start interior decor. If you're somebody that loves, painting, you could learn how to paint. There are different types of painting, but as at the last time I checked, the most profitable or the most lucrative is the one that involves, painting of residential buildings and the likes. So if you have decided that I'm a very good cook, then what type of food business do you want to go into? Do you want to go into snack business? Do you want to start a restaurant? Do you want to, you know, go into confectionaries? The moment you're done deciding that, then we now look at the area you want to start your business. Yes. For example, if you're starting a business about content creation in a country where over 80% of its citizens are illiterate, there's likelihood there's likelihood that the business will crumble. Yeah. Because if you're going into something that has to do with content creation, and you know the people there, they don't even have access to 5 hours electricity. How will they even now be able to get onto the internet to even log into YouTube and to watch your content? So if you're thinking of starting a restaurant business or any kind of business that you feel is lucrative, that inhabits or has your skills, your gift, your talent, what are the things in that area that shows that this business I'm about to go into is not a wasteful business? So if you're not saying I'm going to this business, a restaurant business, and my area is a low income area, my area is for example, you're staying in a very in a kind of area that you know people cannot even afford to fend for themselves. They can't even afford to you know cook 3 square meals in a day. And in that area you want to start your restaurant business, that restaurant business is going to crash. So you need to know your location, your region, where you are. Is the business scalable there? If the business is not scalable, where can you start the business that is scalable? Yeah. For example, if you're looking at starting a business in a place like the UK, most people usually go to places that, you know, there's a lot of population there. An example is London. In fact, one of the most lucrative business in London is restaurant business. And that's because people here most of the time they don't have time to cook. So when they are going to work, they just head over to a coffee shop, head over to a breakfast shop, get their breakfast, eat, and they're on their way to work. But imagine in Nigeria, you say you want to start a coffee shop. Can you see what I'm saying now? So the location or the area of business determines how profitable the business is going to be. You understand me now? So that's that. After that, we are now going to look at capital needed. I've heard so many people tell me, I'm passionate about this business, but where is the capital? No uncle is willing to help me. I'm broke. I just finished school. I'm here to get a good job. What should I do? I usually tell them, if you cannot start small, then I think it's either the business is not for you, or you should start the business when you are financially capable. I know people that, probably they were supposed to start one particular type of business, but because they were not financially capable as at that time, they didn't go into the business. But maybe 5 years, 7 years, 10 years after, as at that time, they know, okay, I have this finance, I have this capital. So now I can go into this business. So if I usually recommend you start small, but if peradventure you don't have that huge money, or the business is not something that can be started at a very, very low capital demanding stage, then you should consider starting another business or get a 9 to 5 job first. When you get a 9 to 5 job, then you should now save up money from that job to start the business. When you start the business also, it's not going to be lucrative at the beginning. Yes, it takes a minimum of 3 years before you can start seeing some sort of profits from your business. It takes a minimum of 3 years. Yeah. So if you're going into business, say, okay, I want to start cashing out. That's why business is not for the faint-hearted. It's business is for people that they are passionate about it. Money day, money no day, we go. So that is why I usually see people that will tell me they are passionate about business, and by the time they face one challenge or the other, they say, "Well, the business was not good enough. There was not enough capital. Family and friends spoiled the business." And the next thing they tell you is, "Okay, I want to go and start office work. I want to go back to my job." That makes you know that these people are not even they are not even in the business. They are not supposed to be in business in the first instance. So you're going to face challenges. You're going to face tribulations. But what makes you a real entrepreneur is when you can push it to the end. Now, we've talked about your talents, and from your talent, you are able to derive a lucrative business you can go into. After that, we've talked about location. You knowing if the location will make your business profitable. From there, we've talked about capital. Now, let us look at starting the business. So, your capital will determine the things that are needed, the materials, the tools, the equipment that are needed to start the business. Are you renting a shop? What are the materials needed? Or do you need to make advertisements and the likes? And after that, then you now start running your business. Like I said, it's not going to be smooth sailing. I remember when I started, this is just an example. I remembered when I started my blogging. Yeah, by the way, if you have not watched my video on how I made $3,200 from my blog business, I think you should watch the video. I remember when I started blogging, it was not all roses. In fact, I didn't monetize my content till I think, can I say, remember the details? I think after a year. So if you're saying that my flashlight has gone off, uh, if you're saying that, okay, the business is not giving me what I want, so therefore I want to quit. Okay, but I want you to know this definitely. The ability to be resistible, the ability to be focused is one of the things that makes you a true entrepreneur, a true business owner. So, yep, thanks, guys. Yes, we've done another live stream today. I'm going to be uploading a video very soon. As soon as I end this live, I'm going to be uploading a new video, and also I'm going to be uploading consistently. So if you've not seen my videos, or you've seen and you've not seen my live, I have one other live that I did a few weeks back. I think you should check that. In that live I introduced myself, because I feel like I don't give much introduction when I'm shooting my YouTube videos. And thanks also to everyone that has been with me so far. The community, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys in the next one.